Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is so early. It's kind of still dark in here. But this has been, I never share this to my team group, but I'm doing it. I just got home from my walk and something has been on my mind for a while. It's like one of those things that kind of like pops up and then it goes away, and then after a while it comes back, and then it goes away, and then it just like starts banging at the door, and it's like, okay, I'll address it. And it's something that obviously, most of what I share and what I can relate to the most is with network marketing because that's the industry that I'm in. But I know that some of the things I talk about can definitely be taken into other areas of life as well. It just depends on how you want to hear it and how you'll allow yourself to be open to it. But the biggest thing that has been on my mind, whenever you get on here, please say good morning, drop a sunshine emoji whenever you get on, because it's Friday and it's Feel Good Friday. And, we're just feeling all the things. But I want to let you know that the person that you are right now is not the person you are going to be when you hit the promotion that you want. When you hit the promotion that you're working so hard for, a new person is also going to show up. And, we go through all of these different seasons, and I feel like sometimes things like this relate to me so much now because even though I've been in this industry for 5 years, I hindered myself a lot from growth for at least the first 3 years. Okay, so you guys, whenever you get on here, say good morning, say hello, drop a sunshine emoji in the comments, do something to let me know you're here. I hindered myself for years. So it took me a long time to kind of get to the level that I am right now. And so a lot of what I talk about are things that I have been through and I have lived through and I have put in the work to become who I am right now. And that's just the beauty of it all, is that we can all put in the work to become a better version of ourselves, and we all should be becoming a better version of ourselves. I don't know why anyone wants to stay stuck and be the same person that they were a year ago or 2 years ago, or God forbid 10 years ago. Like, no, thank you. You got to be growing. And I think about this a lot because hi Annie, good morning. We all go through different seasons of growth and we all want different things. And I've learned a lot. I'm trying to think, this is 2022. It must have been last year. This is when I had a really, really, really big aha moment for myself. Because my company was going through website changes. I think that was last fall, if I'm remembering correctly. And it was brutal. I don't know anyone that would tell you it was easy. It was a breeze. It was brutal. But you know what? You don't make it to the other side. You don't get to reap the benefits and reap the rewards if you're not willing to go through a storm. And a lot of people like to jump ship when things get hard. And it doesn't even have to do with a network marketing standpoint. It's because of our internal blueprint. It's how we were raised. It's things that we learned as children that when things get hard, go the other way, go do something else. No, because when you want something, you have to go through the hard parts. And I think about this a lot as a leader. And this was just one of those big aha moments for me, that I just had it in my heart that I was going to be a golden director. I wanted to be a golden director because, and I know if you're not with pharmacy or in network marketing at all, titles are irrelevant. So that doesn't necessarily matter. That was just a title that for me, it was going to help my family tremendously. And I knew that that's where I had to be. And, if we are still kind of in that time frame of the new website updates, there was so much going on. And it was from a corporate standpoint, from a team standpoint, from people that are on your team standpoint, there was so much, you're getting so much brought to you, right? So many people are all of a sudden in your inbox. They're wanting help. They're having questions. They're frustrated. You feel like you're almost playing counselor at 7 a.m. And I would have these moments and be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. That's what I told myself. I can't do this. And I would just be so beside myself and be like, what is going on? Why is this happening? out of this. Like, I want to be up here. Like, I want this promotion. But all these things are happening. And you know what happens in those moments is not just new level, new devil, but you have to be open to the fact that when you promote, you have more responsibility. You're not here for yourself. When you choose to become a leader, there's a lot of people in this industry who choose not to have a team, who choose not to do anything, and that's fine. But when you, I feel like for me, it doesn't make sense for you to be in this industry and not be a leader, because we are all about growth and helping others. Like, when you realize the impact that you are making on other people, it's addicting to not do it even more. It's addicting to not show up even bigger and to make yourself even better, because you cause that rippling effect. You showing up when you don't want to, you diving into personal development and just doing the things, especially on the days when you don't want to just become a better person, a better version of you, to show up better for your job. It's causing a ripple effect because people are watching you. You have leaders underneath of you right now who might not even have a team. They might not even think that they want a team, but because they're watching you so closely, they're going to have it. And it's not just, I don't know. Sometimes when you hear the word team, I don't really know I don't know. I used to think differently about it, but to me, I feel like when I hear the word team, I feel as if that's like, those are people that I'm helping. Those are people that I get to help impact, and they are impacting their own families. And like, that is the kind of stuff that brings me to tears and makes me want to just show up even bigger and better. But it had, when all of that website stuff happened, and it's like people were showing up in my inbox complaining about things that I didn't even know like were possible to complain about, if I'm being honest. I'm like, what? Like, my head would just sit there and spin in circles. And I remember sitting at my dining room table at 7 a.m. and thinking, like, I can't do this. But you know what's important is I told myself I couldn't do it. And I had to snap out of that and remind myself, like, Katie, this is what you wanted. You've been saying all along you want to be a golden director. You want whatever promotion, X, Y, and Z that it is that you're wanting. You can't expect to get that by smooth sailing. Nothing's going to be handed to you. You have to work for it, and you have to invite more responsibility into your life. You have to be welcoming and open to receiving all of that responsibility, because a lot of it's coming. And you have a bigger team under you. You have more people that look up to you. And whenever I feel like there's so much I could say, but that was just my biggest moment where I thought, I've always known it matters how we talk to ourselves. And I try to remind everyone of that often. But that was one of those times where I had talked down to myself, and I told myself, I can't do that. I can't do this for everybody. But you can. I can do it. I know what type of person I am. So another part of me growing was diving more into personal development and learning. I had to choose to learn to set boundaries, right? Boundaries are huge. Because if you don't set boundaries, it doesn't matter if you're in network marketing or a corporate job, you can most definitely let it ruin your life. Like, I have had a corporate job that was salary. I worked in an office, and I would leave my office and come home and work. And if I didn't have boundaries, which at the time I didn't, so I was literally glued. I was just like a puppet. I was literally their puppet. I did whatever. I stayed as long as I needed, worked as much as I needed at home. I was a puppet. I had no backbone. I just felt like I needed that. Like, what am I going to do if I lose that income? What am I going to do if they're mad at me? Who cares? Like, no, you set boundaries, because there's always another way. And I had to learn how to set boundaries in network marketing. And that was very, very hard for me, because I'm not just a people lover. I'm a recovering people pleaser. Okay? If you are a recovering people pleaser, put it in the comments. Put people pleaser in the comments, or just recovering. Because definitely a recovering people pleaser, cared way too much what people thought of me, and to really allow myself to step into who I am and who I'm becoming and who else I can serve. Right? A lot of the times we get in our own head and we're like, oh, well, it sounds selfish if I want more. I can't be more. I can't want more. What are they going to think about me? Who gives a crap what they're going to think about you? Because what if it's in your heart to serve others? What if it's in your heart to give to charities? How are you going to do that by just sitting back and being comfortable? Do you have the extra money? If you playing small right now, Like, that's not going to get you to where you want to be. That's not going to allow you to serve others. You're not going to inspire others. You're not going to be giving to the charities that you want to give to. You have to show up like times 10. Show up way bigger than you are right now. And in those moments of you feeling like you can't do it, that's where affirmations come in, and you have to remind yourself that you can. And how you speak to yourself matters. How you speak to yourself matters. I don't care if it feels like you're lying to yourself. If you're just lying right out of your mouth to yourself about yourself, say it anyways. Write it down. Write down the best things that you can about yourself until you just naturally start to believe it. And the other part of that is knowing that when you do decide, remember, we all have choices. We all have choices, and you can stay right where you are forever, and you can complain about everything around you, and nothing's ever going to be your fault, or you can choose to step into the higher version of yourself, because there's not anyone out there that convinced me that we don't all have something inside of us that is fighting to come out. We all just have this urge inside of us. It's like this other little like personality to come out of us and just do what we are meant to do. You weren't put on this earth to just wake up and work a 9 to 5 every single day and be miserable. Like, I'm definitely not your person if that's the way that you think that the world is supposed to be. It's not. It's most definitely not. Like, you're not put here to be miserable. You're put here to make a sacrifice so you can make a change. And that's what a lot of this is sacrificing your time for doing something of the greater good, and ensuring that you are always learning and growing. And I kind of lost where I was going originally, but I kind of know like the gist of it is whenever you are setting your boundaries, there we go. When you're working on setting your boundaries, people are not going to like you. People aren't going to like you. And like I said, I've been in this industry for 5 years, and I had listened to a lot of top leaders talk. I've listened to a lot of people talk. I've listened to a lot of trainings, and I've heard a lot of people say, people are going to start saying hateful things about you. They're going to start, not liking you and making it known that they don't like you, right? Like, humans are so freaking weird sometimes. Like, if you don't like someone, move on. But no, like, people, especially with social media, if they don't like someone, it's like, I don't even want to go there. It's just, sometimes people are just too much for me. And when I would hear them say that, I was like, well, that's just them. That wouldn't happen to me, because I know I'm a good person. I know my heart. And it wasn't until I truly allowed myself to start growing and engaging and indulging in personal development and doing the steps daily that would get me from point A to point B, that help you learn to set boundaries, that help you learn to love yourself, that help you learn to show up in bigger ways. It doesn't matter who you are. People start to talk about you, and they just make it known that they don't like you. And like, my biggest thing was being told that I think I'm better than everybody. And I think it bothered me so much and for so long, because I had never had anyone talk about me before. Well, at least not come to the surface. I'm sure people have talked, right? But not really come to the surface like that. So I think that it bothered me for that reason, and just for the fact that I love people so much. I don't care if you're on my front line, if you're in a different company, I can show you my inbox. I talk with women in other companies and give them advice on how I got to where I am now, on how slowly my 5-year journey has taken because I hindered myself. Like, I talk to anyone and everyone about this and what I know and the knowledge that I have to offer. And I don't ever say, especially my girls that are in other companies, like, I just help them selflessly. I don't say, oh, well, you'd be way better off if you would just join my team at pharmacy. I never say that to them, because maybe they wouldn't be. Maybe they wouldn't be, right? Maybe they are perfectly fine where they are. They just need support. And I think that's why it hurt me so bad, because I love people, and I love who I'm becoming, and the knowledge that I have to offer, I give away so freely. And then when you finally start to hear that people think like, oh, she's better than everyone, that's why she's doing this, and that's why she's like that, and blah, blah, blah. No, it's because I love myself. I love me. And it has taken me at least 32 years to truly love me and to truly love who I'm becoming, to where no one else can rock that. No one can take that away from me. And I know that I have found this peace inside of me that has helped me set boundaries. And people don't like boundaries because you can't walk all over you. Or someone else can't walk all over you. And boundaries are very, very hard to set, especially for me, again, coming from a network marketing standpoint, because I want to help everyone. I want to love on everyone, like as soon as they message me. But I can't do that. And I haven't done that for quite some time now, because boundaries, because I'm not just a network marketer. I'm not just a leader. I'm also a mother. I'm also a homeschool mom. I'm also a wife. Like, I'm also me. I have to have time for me. I can't have my energy going to all of these other sources without taking care of me, because then I'm worthless to everyone around me. I am. So there's so many different levels that go through this, but I feel like this has been on my heart for some time, because there's a lot of people in this industry who are wanting to level up, and for whatever reason, they're allowing something to hold them back from stepping into their greatness. And I want to encourage you to just let it go and lean into what it is that's inside of you, who you are right now. Okay, let's say you're with pharmacy and you want to be a director. That's your first big promotion. Who you are right now is not going to be who you are when you become director. It's just not. And when you become director, who you are at that point is not going to be the same person when you hit golden, platinum, and so forth. It's not. Because you're constantly going to be growing and evolving. You're allowing yourself, you are choosing to grow. So you are either going to choose to grow, or you're going to choose to stay the same. And if you choose to stay the same, you have no right anymore to complain about where you are. Or maybe you still will complain, but I don't know anyone that's going to listen. Anyone that's truly growing. You just can't stick with that. So just remember that you have that choice. Who you are right now is not, you're not going to be, I'm not the same leader that I was when I joined pharmacy 2 years ago. I'm not. I have worked on myself for 2 years. That's really when I started diving more into personal development, the gratitude, the mindset work. Mindset work and gratitude are going to propel you forward more than any corporate training. I don't care what company you're with. And that's not me saying anything bad about corporate, so don't twist my words, because I love it all and I'm here for it all. But from my personal perspective, mindset work and gratitude are going to take you the farthest. How you speak to yourself, you're either going to tell yourself that you can do it, or you're going to tell yourself you can't do it. And you're going to believe either one that you tell yourself. And so just know that who you are right now, like, she's allowed to change. She needs to transform. So allow your inner self to do just that. You want bigger things. Be open to the responsibilities that are coming. Be welcoming to knowing that, okay, I want this, I want all of this greatness, so I'm now welcoming. I welcome all of the change that's coming. I welcome the new responsibility that's coming. I welcome the new personalities that are coming, right? Because as you grow, those around you are growing. There's going to be more people coming in. You're going to have more personalities. So, which is just going to allow you to grow even more in a better way, a well-rounded way. I just want you guys to be okay with stepping up and stepping out, being bold, being loud, right? Stop playing small. Can't play small and say that you love people and that you want to help them increase their income or increase anything about their life if you're just playing small in a corner. It's not going to happen. You're not going to do it. So that's pretty much all I got. But I hope you guys have a happy Friday. Annie, thank you so much for being on here. Sorry, I didn't want to read too many comments because I didn't want to get sidetracked. I do that enough on my own. I was one that left. Now I'm back. Life-changing. Yep, I know several that have left, and I know several that have come back. And I'm so, which, to each their own. Like, sometimes people have to move around in order to find what works best for them. Sometimes and that's the thing, like, we all go through so many different seasons of life and different journeys. Everyone's doing what they feel is best for themselves. I love you, Courtney. Thanks, Annie. Okay, guys, I'm going to get off here.